We want to turn next to the White House, where there is yet another battle coming over border security and funding for it after President Trump delivered his budget proposal to Congress. We're joined on Capitol Hill by ABC's Mary Alice Parks, our deputy political director, but we begin at the White House with ABC's Karen Travers. Karen, what's in this proposal that's touching off all this concern?
Now, the big headline out of this proposal is $8.6 billion. That's what the president is requesting, Aaron, to build a border wall. And that is several $billion more than the request he made last year, which, of course, Congress denied. He did not get a dollar of that request. And the fight over that money is what set up the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. So here we are again. The president is drawing a very hard line in the sand on the money he wants. But, Aaron, budget proposals are really a wish list. This is how Congress considers it. It's the administration saying, here's what we want to do this year. Here are our top policy priorities, and we're going to attach a dollar amount to it. This does not mean this is what Congress is going to start working on to then get back to the president for his signature by the end of the fiscal year. But it could be considered the start of a negotiation. The president sending a very strong signal to his supporters that he is not giving up this fight for a border wall, that he is going to try to once again push Congress on this to get a massive amount of money. Aaron, no surprise, the Democrats are not having it. Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi issued a joint statement essentially saying this is dead on arrival.
All right, so that's the evident perspective from the Democrats. Karen, stay there. I want to bring in Mary Alice Parks, our deputy political director, who's up on Capitol Hill. Mary Alice, the president has also faced some resistance on this from Republicans who are not necessarily willing to go along with his approach to declaring a national emergency to get the border wall built. Is he going to have any more luck with Republicans on this funding proposal?
It is wild, Aaron, that as the president is proposing to use additional border security money next year, he can't even get Republicans to get on board with using additional funds this year. There is this resolution that has already passed in the House and will be brought up for a vote in the Senate this week, which basically would terminate the president's national emergency declaration. You'll remember that after that government shutdown that Karen was talking about, the president said, fine, I will just declare a national emergency. I'll move money around my own way. And Congress said no to that. This resolution is proposing that that is a power grab. It is a bridge too far, that the president shouldn't be able to declare a national emergency. Now, there's already 4 Republicans in the Senate that are saying they will vote with Democrats on that resolution, meaning that there are enough votes for it to pass. It is always easier to be the 52nd, 53rd, 57th vote on any bill. So now that there are enough votes for the resolution to pass, we expect even more Republicans to join in as well.
All right, so Karen, is the president prepared to do anything more to try and sell this, not only to Republicans, but perhaps to a wider audience? He's gone to the border a couple of times, but is he preparing a big legislative push?
Yeah, there's no indication that the president is doing a hard sales pitch behind the scenes, but White House officials are certainly concerned that that number that Mary Alice mentioned, 4 Republicans now who have come out to say they would support this resolution of disapproval, that number could grow and perhaps get the Senate closer to that 67 veto-proof majority. So there are concerns here, and I think you'll see White House officials lobbying members of Congress and essentially boiling it down to this message. If you vote for this resolution, you are voting against the president and you are voting against border security. That's a very simple framing by the administration, of course, because, as Mary Alice says, there's a lot of other issues here that Republicans are considering in terms of executive power by the president. But they're going to make this a very simple choice. That doesn't mean they're going to be able to convince those Republicans to not be the other votes that go along with this. And again, Mary Alice makes a good point there. It's a lot easier once you know it's not, that it is going to get passed, to come out and say that you're going to vote for it too, because you're not the controversial vote anymore.
ABC's Karen Travers, our White House correspondent, from her post.